Lambeau Field here in Green Bay. Coming up, it's a battle to represent the NFC in this year's Super Bowl, and we've got a classic in store between the Seattle Seahawks and the Green Bay Packers. One of these teams will represent the NFC in the Super Bowl in 2 weeks' time. Which will it be as we're underway in the NFC title game?
Check 50, check 50.
Here's the first carry for Kenyon Drake. So a nice job to break the one tackle, but not much daylight after that as he's brought down. Kevin King coming up from the secondary to make the play. Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28.
Go, 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 run. Gun, gun, gun. 14. Let's go, 14. 19. Gotta go, gotta go.
On 2nd down, Wilson. He's got his man on the crossing route. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. And that one results in 35 yards. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10.
14. Gotta go, gotta go.
Throwing now, Wilson on 1st down. He goes underneath to Drake. It'll be a gain of 6, and it'll be a 2nd down.
I like it, I like it, I like it. Get everyone involved in the passing game, and you know you can create those great mismatches throwing it to your guys out of the backfield.
And on the first drive, that can also help establish some rhythm, right?
I think so, and gets everyone involved. They feel like they're part of it, and really gets them amped up as they go forward.
On 2nd down, it's Drake. And he'll be a little shy of the 25 here at the 26-yard line. 5 yards is the pickup there as that extends this drive.
I think that's the type of run we'll continue to see throughout this game. The snow coming down, I don't expect a lot of big plays to be broken.
Now Wilson. They'll lock it with a grab over the middle. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. Give him 11 yards that time and a new set of downs. An inaugural trip to the red zone here for the Seahawks. They've got a 1st and 10 at the 15. They'll run it now out of the gun. They stopped after only a yard, taking it down to the 14.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
Alert, 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 alert. Spread left, spread left. 19. Gotta go, gotta go.
Now Wilson on 2nd down. And he can't hang on. That's definitely going to be one he wishes he had back. Incomplete in the end zone.
I know you felt like saying touchdown there, didn't you, partner? That looked like a sure 6 points, but the contact jarred it free.
Got his hands on it, could not hold on through the end of the play.
12. Spread left, spread left.
On 3rd down, Wilson. And he fends him off, but he can't get away forever, and down he goes. Kenny Clark in there to drop him for a 4-yard loss, and it'll be 4th down. Dan Bailey now for the field goal try. This just a 35-yard attempt from the left hash. And Bailey able to knock it through. And the Seahawks grab a 3-0 lead. So a nice opening drive on the road. You get the 3 points. Part of you wonders if that might hurt them later not getting into the end zone.
Well, the good thing is, still first quarter, and they didn't come out of it with points. In a sense, they can look at it positively and say, hey, we set the pace in this one. I think that's how they'll go about it.
Detroit! Detroit! Three down. Hot! Go ahead, baby. Go. Hot!
Now a handoff looking right. And he got blown up on that play. Back at the 20. That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be 2nd down.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Watch you now, Barney! Gun!
On 2nd down, Kelly. And this is caught. A spectacular one-handed grab there. Give him 30 yards there.
What a catch and one-handed, and I'm starting to lose my awe about the play, and maybe I shouldn't. How much of this is the player? How much of it is the glove?
Well, those gloves, they do have a little grip to them.
They got a little extra tackiness to them now, and I know the guys in the NFL, the competition committee, some other places, they're talking about examining those gloves to see if they're having too much of an effect on the game.
Gun! Watch you now, Barney! Detroit! All right, now, lucky 56! Over!
Looking to throw on 2nd. Here's Kelly. He's going to air one out. And they went for a big play through the air on 2nd down. Couldn't connect. Now it's 3rd.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
All right, now, lucky 56! Gun!
Kelly to throw on 3rd down. Pressure comes. He's taken down by the Seahawk defense.
Oh, my goodness. Was that a defensive back that got to him with the pressure?
Oh, look at the former defensive back. You're all smiles up here.
I hope everybody can hear my smile on that play.
A field flipper there, a 47-yard punt coupled with a loss on the return. And it'll be Seahawk football as they take over deep in their own territory.
Run left! There. Got it.
On 1st and 10, it's Wilson. He dumps it off to Drake. And this one will be taken up. They'll spot it right at the 7. It's a 4-yard pickup, and it'll make it a 2nd down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
There. 14. Tempo. Gotta go.
On 2nd down, here's Wilson. The left side throw complete to Adams. His first catch in this NFC Championship game, and it's a 1st down.
I don't care who you put on him. He's going to be a handful in one-on-one throws.
Yeah, right now, you're right. They're in man-to-man. Maybe needs some safety help.
I would say that'd be a good idea. Double team him somehow. I'm going to have to make someone else beat me rather than let him shred my defense.
They go play action here on 1st down. Wilson hit It's loose. It's out, fumble. But I believe a Seahawk was able to get a handle on this, so this will remain Seattle ball. And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19.
14. Gotta go. Be alert.
From the shotgun, Wilson. Flush to his right. He lets it fly. He's got a man. Complete. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. And that one results in 35 yards. So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10. Alongside my broadcast partner, Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin hits the Seahawks with a couple of first downs on the drive already, as they'll go from the 47 now on first down.
14, front it. Gotta go.
Now Wilson on first down. Flushed out right. And he can't find anywhere to go with it. And he goes down.
I know there would be a little bit of criticism there because they went right back to the air after the huge pickup and end up getting sacked. That's often a play that you make. You feel like you've got momentum on your side.
Unfortunately, the O-line failed to hold up to try to keep that momentum going.
Gotta go.
To throw on 2nd down, Wilson. Throw left side complete. That's Adams. And he makes it all the way down to the 13-yard line. It's a big play there for Seattle. And even 40 yards. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
4 down. Watch out. Hey.
On first down, Drake. And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. Kenyon Drake, a 13-yard touchdown run. And the Seahawks find a way to stretch their lead.
I know we don't talk about it enough, but the intelligence level of the guys up front blocking, the offensive linemen, maybe the smartest guys in football overall. Add in a little bit of athleticism and a whole lot of toughness, you got a lot to deal with, don't you?
That's why the guys in the backfield get them really nice Christmas gifts, right?
If they're smart, they do.
This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. And the decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards as he'll get this only back to the 20. Now trotting out there, the Packers getting ready to go. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation. And by the way, the punter no longer exists for their offense. That's how they have to treat this drive.
They need points.
Big time.
5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down. Here's a 2nd and 5 now from the 25. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down.
Some of these play calls, I think they're a little conservative, but you know me, because it's easy to sit up in this booth, right, and make all the calls and think I'm going to be correct. But I would like to see them open things up, because otherwise this defense is going to gang up on the...
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. It's the Pro Bowl cornerback, Richard Sherman.
When we talk about the best corners in the league, we're usually saying shutdown corners, guys you can't complete passes against. Richard Sherman fits that definition to a T. The best part of his game, no wasted moves. He studies the opponent so well, hard to get a pass on Richard Sherman.
After the interception, here's Wilson. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. 19 yards on the pickup there, and now they'll have it 1st and goal.
Take four. Gotta go.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. 2nd and goal from the 6 this time.
Clear. 3 down. 12. Let's go, 14. Shotgun.
Wilson. End zone caught. Touchdown, Seattle. Davante Adams from 6 yards away. And the Seahawks add on to their lead. And, partner, they found a gap there on the post pattern, and it was in the middle third of the field.
And that's really difficult to do because ordinarily the safeties are back there to prevent that happening. But they found the opening and exploited it.
The Packers offense now heading back out onto the field. And this is a unit that, to be frank, doesn't look like they've woken up yet. I mean, a punt and a turnover on their first 2 drives.
And I think the game's starting to take shape a little bit now. And I'm going to take it into the basketball world. When you're having trouble scoring or moving the ball in basketball, what do? Get it to their best player, right? Find a matchup, create it, exploit it, and try and move the football.
And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. He'll get 8 on the scramble there. It'll be 2nd and a couple.
I think the last 2 plays really illustrate how difficult it is to game plan against this guy because you know he can throw the football, but how about his use of legs as well? What we call those broken plays, you can't account for them.
Yeah, those plays, those 2 that you just mentioned, a microcosm really of how he can hurt you. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. It's a gain of 4 there, and it gives him a new set of downs. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. On 1st down, it's Kelly. And he will not make it back to the line of scrimmage as he's going to be taken down. Brandon Graham. And now the Seahawks are going to take a timeout here on defense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter. The sack cost him only a yard. It's 2nd and 11.
Lucky 56.
Kelly. Well, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Two minutes to play here in the first half. We'll be back with more in the NFC title bout after this.
Lucky 56. Gone. Detroit.
To throw is Kelly. Throwing on 3rd and long. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. It's the Pro Bowl quarterback, Richard Sherman. And they get the football. They'll set up shop at their own 49-yard line. Good starting field position here for the Seahawks as they come up 1st and 10.
19. Fair. Let's go, 14. Gotta go.
Wilson. And that's complete to Adams. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. The drive starting play, a good one. Give him 19. Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But you typically run out there a little bit unsettled. I think that's why he came right out throwing the football, hoping to catch him off balance.
And he did. A good gain of 14 there, and it moves the chains. And now with that completion, he's north of 200 yards here in the first half.
And he's going to break our statistician, Marvin, isn't he? Because Marvin right now is just tallying it up. Hope his hand doesn't hurt too much doing this or keeps hitting the calculator. But my goodness, what a start he is off to. By the end of this game, he could have monster numbers. He just wants to continue to be accurate.
This will be caught just inside the 10. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another 1st down. This offense can certainly move quickly when they want to. 3 plays, 3 pass completions. In the blink of an eye, they've got it 1st and goal.
Almost felt like a lightning bolt hit in this game, didn't it? For them to get downfield that quickly. And now 1st and goal, expect them to attack right here on this play.
Here's 1st and goal, and gosh, points here. A chance maybe to put this thing away before halftime. They'll give it to him right up the gut. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards. A terrible spot for a holding call as they'll try again, but now from further back on 1st and goal.
Gun. 14, front it. 12.
Again, Wilson. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. Nice gain of 8 that time, but it's 2nd and goal.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
They'll try and pound it in with Drake. And he will take this one in for the Seattle touchdown. Kenyon Drake with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Seahawks find a way to stretch their lead. You always worry about the plant foot in the snow, but no problems there. And a rout is on here in this first half. Bailey now to kick this one away. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. And Green Bay getting ready to go as they take the field. Typically down in the first half, I might say, oh, you at least need a field goal out of this drive, but they're down to the point where they need a touchdown, don't they?
Yeah, normally, you know me. I mean, you've been around me for a while now, right?
Unfortunately.
I'm sorry about that. But normally, I'm the one preaching patience.
Yeah.
You know, take your time, first half. You still
under pressure now, and they get to Kelly. Now they got to get to the line quickly.
I'm starting to feel for that quarterback back there. I mean, you know me. Normally, don't have a lot of empathy for the QB, right? In this case, definitely. He's been on constant duress this entire game. I don't know how he's surviving back there.
And to think, there's still a long way to go in this football game. Kelly to throw. In trouble, and the ball's out. It's in the end zone loose. And what else could go wrong at this point? This is going to be a defensive touchdown as they keep piling it on. This first half has been a nightmare for that offense. Defense just dominating them.
And when you're picking up the ball, picking up their mistakes, and taking it the other way and putting it in the end zone, that's a defense's dream. They're having that type of a game.
Everything that can go wrong has gone wrong for this offensive unit. And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. The Packers offense now, they get ready to head back onto the field. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
A little under 30 seconds to go. We'll see how they play it here on 1st and 10. Now a first down throw, Kelly. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And before this second down play, we'll get a whistle, a signal, and a timeout. As the stoppage will come with 23 seconds to go till halftime.
Gun! 3 down. Over. Gun! Detroit!
Looking to throw on second down. Kelly. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And that is incomplete. 16 seconds now on the clock. Well, earlier in the quarter when the defense was keying on the run, you said offensively they need to open things up, take some shots downfield. Didn't work there, but they did it.
Yeah, I'm not going to change my tune now. I still think it's the right play because when you take those shots downfield, You open the eyes of the defense to what you could do to them, and that may open some things up for you offensively.
To throw, Kelly. And he finds a man with a crossing route. And out of bounds on the other side of midfield at the 45. And they're able to convert on third with a solid gain of 23. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, Kelly. He's going to loft one deep left side here. It's caught at the 10. And they'll burn the timeout with 5 seconds left. A chance to try to add 3 points before heading to the locker room. No move for the field goal unit. They're going to go here with 5 seconds left.
Gun! All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Kelly now. A final shot before break. Touchdown, Packers. David Njoku in the final seconds of the first half. And the Packers get a score closer.
I'm not sure that they have illusions right now of, okay, we're going to score 8 times in a row and we're going to be terrific. But to get one, that was huge for them. That has to feel much better right now.
And you do have, we're still in the first half. You do have the entire second half. There's something about that goose egg that just looked bad on that board, but now they've broken it.
Yeah, broken through. Can they maintain the pace? We'll see as we go along.
Well, it is still a lopsided score, so they're going to try a second quarter onside kick. And the Seahawks, looks like they've recovered. They have. A second quarter onside kick there that failed. Is that something that maybe they had dialed up before this game started?
It feels like it, doesn't it? That they thought they had the right situation, you know, and the right approach in going after it. Also may signal that they feel like they have the superior team, that they can try these sorts of things and it won't come back and hurt them later.
Final play of the half. It's Wilson. And he's going to go down. Couldn't get a throw off with the pressure. Maybe that was for the best, as that brings us to the end of this first half of play. So we've reached halftime here in the NFC Championship. The Hallis Trophy still hangs in the balance as the second half now underway in the NFC Championship game. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The Packers offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it now. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. Now, the first play of the drive there is incomplete. We saw this a lot in the first half, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much separation.
So that means they have to win the 50-50 balls. They've got to go up with the defender and find a way to start coming down with them.
And this time, contact and another incomplete pass.
Over!
Here's Kelly to throw again. He's going to let this one go deep. And for a third time tonight, he's intercepted. Picked off at the 25. And his guys will take over at the 25-yard line. First possession of the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
Now it's Wilson. And he was hit as he threw it there, and it forces it incomplete. Trying to get their tight end involved finally. That's the first time that they've looked his way. He's kind of been a forgotten man in this offensive scheme.
Yeah, it didn't look his way at all in the first half, and I'll bet you the offensive coordinator made a note at the half and said, let's get him involved because he could be a big-time playmaker for us.
Second and 10. It's Wilson again. Oh, he's able to outmuscle him here as he pulls it in. A really good pickup of 28 yards.
Brandon, so many times we see the crossing route start as a quick hitter, but in this play, he had time in the pocket and waited for him to clear going across.
Rush in. 12, 12. Right there. Gun. Right there. 19.
On first down, Wilson. To the sideline. Wow, what a catch. Doesn't get a lot out of it, but he is able to keep the feet in bounds. The completion good for 3, and it's second down. That first down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7.
Good luck for signals. 12, 12. Zebra. Big edge. Let's go, 14. Gun. 19.
Throwing again here, Wilson. He lets it fly for Lockett. And all the way in, touchdown Seattle. Tyler Lockett, 44 yards. And the Seahawks are running away with this one. Well, Charles, fans around here, they were already talking Super Bowl. They've made plans. You just can't look past anybody in this league, especially this deep into the playoffs.
You would think that every year that message would sink in, and it feels like every year we see something like this, especially the way they're handling them. All right, you didn't expect this part to happen, but when you're playing this deep in the playoffs, every team's dangerous.
Fielded about a yard deep. And with a marker down, he's up just past the 25-yard line, but I think they're going to be going backwards. Let's check the call. Yeah, this is going to put them back with not great field position.
So they really got zero benefit at all, right? Sometimes you can absorb a penalty when you get a big return, then the penalty brings it back, but you still have great field position. As you pointed out, not in this case.
Now Kelly on 1st and 10. He's going to take another shot. And got his man complete. And all the way down to the 29. It's a big play there for Green Bay. 54 yards.
56. Over.
Kelly throwing on first down. And he couldn't hang on. Would have been their 4th pick of the game. Instead, second down.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
To throw is Kelly. Back to the air on second down. Sideline throw, it's complete. And a nice job there of keeping the toes in bounds. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face third down. Second down pass play got them 8 yards. Now they've got a third and a couple remaining. They'll run it now out of the gun. No gain there on the play, and that's going to leave them with a 4th down.
Well, we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
And that is going to be incomplete.
Four down. Zebra. Gun.
Throwing now, Wilson on first down. He'll find a man over the middle. It's Washington. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. They may want to go back to that one. First play of the drive, good for 15 and a first down.
12. Let's go, baby. Return over. Gun. Let's get that ball. Zebra.
Now a play fake here on first down. Escaping the pressure right. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Jair Alexander. And into the end zone. It's a pick six and a Packer touchdown.
Now, that was a beautiful play. A pick six. How would you punctuate something like that, partner?
What do you mean, with an exclamation mark?
Exclamation mark, a big word. What would you do with that?
Ampersand?
I like it.
Now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Hot.
From the gun, Kelly. toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete.
I know they didn't tack on the 2 points, but I liked their attempt. After the interception return for a touchdown, I was thinking to myself, forget kicking it, go for 2, and they did.
Well, yeah, and everybody's scrambling. Maybe you catch the defense on their heels. They weren't ready to be out there.
Yeah, it's almost like a sudden change, right? There's a turnover, you take it away, they stuck it in the end zone, keep the momentum going. Give credit to the defensive guys for rallying and stopping that 2-point attempt.
95, 95. 12, 12, 12. 19. Spot that, spot that. I got one. I got 12, 12, 12. Check the backer.
Back to the air, Wilson after the pick 6. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Finally, a good play there defensively on the deep ball. The secondary has had its struggles this entire game. Offensively, they've had their way with them.
They'll run it now out of the gun. They'll fight forward for a couple down inside the 40. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
Zebra. 19. Don't take too long. Gun. 12, 12, 12, 12. 14. Check 50. Check your hot read. Motion.
On third down, Wilson. And he's got Lockett. A gain of 26 on the third down conversion. And that last reception puts him over 150 yards now on the game, Charles.
And now it's not just execution. It's not just performance. It's a mental aspect that's going on. Because right now, he's kept the defense so much on their heels, got them looking at each other. Who's going to cover this guy, and what type of coverage can we put out there to try and slow him down?
Check 50.
They stay on the ground with Drake. Now the ball comes loose.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover.
Bear. 19. 18.
Here's Wilson. And that is incomplete.
And that's a crusher right there. Had his man open for a first down, threw a fastball. When that wasn't necessary, incomplete pass. When are these quarterbacks going to learn? You don't get extra points for how hard you throw the football.
And Bailey able to knock it through. And that will push the lead up from 26, and it grows up to 29. That drive took him inside the 10. Good job defensively to hold him to 3.
Yeah, I like how you did that. Give a little tip of the cap to the stop troops there because they didn't give up a touchdown in that situation, right? Made them kick the field goal. And, yeah, points went against them, but that feels a whole lot better running off the field.
And now the Packers get set to go. And on the last drive, they were in field goal range. They just opted not to kick it, didn't get it. How does that change the mentality this go-around?
I don't think it changes much for the head coach because this is what he preaches all the time. Attack at all times in any spot on the field, and he likes touchdowns, not field goals. Now, your field goal kick.
And that's caught inside the 30. And he is down deep in the Seattle territory. It's a big play that time for the Packers. 59 yards.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Over.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. That's going to be caught at the 10-yard line. And he'll be taken down at the 2-yard line. That one goes for 16 yards. It sets him up first and goal.
Well, he does have one touchdown in the game already, and while this one won't go for 6, it's enough to get him first and goal, but you and I both know he's going to be a little upset he didn't cross the goal line for a second time in this one.
Might want the ball here on the next play. They'll try and run for it on first and goal. And he pushes forward but comes up short of the goal line as he'll get a yard down to about the 1.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
Another shot from the one on 2nd and goal.
Double tight. 3 down.
Oh, how about this call down near the goal line? And he'll take this one in for a Packer touchdown. Marquez Valdez-Scantling taking it in from a yard out. And the Packers make some inroads here on that deficit. Once again now the Packers going for 2.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
3 down.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky.
Out of the gun, it's Kelly. And he's got it for the 2-point conversion. So they tack on a pair more here to narrow that deficit a bit further. And the Seahawks, looks like they've recovered. They have. Well, 4th quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
23 yards on the pickup there and a first.
Let's get it. 54's Mike. Check. Hey.
Now on first down, Drake again. And he can't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. Now we're going to get a timeout here as it looks like there's a Seahawk injured on the play. We'll check on his status when we get back.
Let's go.
Wilson on the keeper. And no signal, but I don't think he got the surge behind center. No, he's going to be kept out of the end zone. No gain there as he kept it himself at 2nd down. Another shot from the 1 on 2nd and goal. They get it to him running left. And he's across the chalk into the end zone. Touchdown, Seahawks. J.D. McKissick punching it in from a yard away. And the Seahawks add on to their lead. And that'll increase their lead to 28. Bailey now to kick this one away. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. And Green Bay getting ready to go as they take the field. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
We ain't giving up nothing.
Throwing on first down, Kelly. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked off by the linebacker, Bobby Wagner. And the return will be stopped at the 34-yard line.
Well, this defensive pressure has been constant all game long. The pass rush, the coverage, they've all been excellent, and now they'll tack on an interception here as this one continues to slip just further and further out of hand.
Penny, the first down carry. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. And now a timeout coming from the defensive side for the Packers. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the fourth quarter. So the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14.
Shotgun. 14. Gotta go. Check nickel.
Now Wilson on 2nd down. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Washington. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for 3rd down. And passing yardage-wise, now up over 350 in this game. Pretty nice performance.
Definitely that, which usually means you're putting a lot of pressure on guys trying to cover. If you're a defensive back and they put over 250 yards on you, you've had a long day. The key to everything, if you're doing it without throwing interceptions or turning the ball over.
They stop him for only 3 that time, and that'll bring up 4th down. They'll run it now out of the guns. And down inside the 15 he goes. Now we're going to get a timeout here as it looks like there's a Seahawk injured on the play. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down. Now Wilson leaves it for Penny. 11 more on that one and another 1st down. And looking to put this game on ice in the 4th quarter, but still not afraid to throw it as they show there.
You want to play the game with confidence, and they have a guy who's in control right now. Their trigger guy, throwing it, they feel just as confident with him doing that as they would if they tried to run the ball and run the clock out.
19. 12. Yo.
Throwing is Wilson. And he's got it. Caught in the end zone for the Seahawk touchdown. As his guys are in for 6. And this Seahawks offense continues to pour it on. Sometimes those tight ends are a mismatch. They found the mismatch there.
And that's exactly why you want to draw up those types of plays, because coverage is just going to go to the natural guys, the guys that make the big plays on the outside. But if you work your tight end into it, that's a tough one for a defense to handle.
Tough. They couldn't handle it. It worked out for 6. The Packer offense now ready to get back onto the field. And last time, 1 play interception. So this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play calling, because a 1-play drive where you throw an interception, a lot of people would think the very next time out, run the football, don't give them a chance.
Maybe play action?
I think maybe you go play action, show your quarterback, you got a little confidence in him, and let him fling another one.
Detroit!
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time.
Gone!
Kelly now. Throwing again. Flush to his right. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there.
Gone!
Here's Kelly on 3rd down. Throw left side, complete to Moss. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. They'll get 10 there, but it leaves them just short for 4th down.
Well, it wasn't a big strike, but that completion put them in really great range. What do we have now, 4th and inches?
Yeah, it's not more than a half a foot.
You know what I would do here?
You would always go for it.
I'm one of those guys.
The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down. A handoff to Penny, and he'll be taken down at the 34. Just a yard on the 1st down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
You don't want no problems. You don't want no problems with me. Make a play. Double tight, guys. Double tight.
Come on, let's go.
3 down. 3 down. Hey.
Check 50, check 50.
3 down.
Check 50, check 50.
On second down, here's Penny. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up third down. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. Time for a break. Back with more in the NFC Championship game after this.
He wasn't ready.
There. 95, 95.
26, Mike. 26, Mike.
Hey.
To throw on third down, Wilson. Incomplete. He had his hands on it but couldn't pick it. But it's now fourth down.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on third down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. Third down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
So an empty possession there. What do you think went wrong, Charles?
Well, it looked like maybe the plant leg might have given way just a little. And when that happens, guys have a tendency to pull through the ball to compensate. And in doing so, sent this one off target.
So good field position for the Packers as they come up first and 10.
Lucky 56.
Hey, watch Sam. Check Mike 54. Mike 54.
Gun.
You better be afraid of me.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Here's Kelly. He's going to let it fly. And now here's another interception. It's the Pro Bowl cornerback, Richard Sherman. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. They'll start on the ground. It's Rashad Penny. And he works it across the 25 before being tackled. An excellent way to start the drive there, 18 yards.
Well, I'd say that run's pretty emblematic of what we've seen all day long. No matter what they've done on offense, this offensive line has controlled the line of scrimmage, giving them time to throw it, run it, do whatever they wanted. That's why there are points up on the board. And right now, the psyche of the offense, we're in control, and we can do whatever we feel like doing out here on the field.
Watch tight end. Tight right. We got 4.
Here's a give to Penny. And all the way down to the 29. A terrific run there by Penny. 41 yards on the ground. One of the reasons that this team is on this win streak, big runs like that.
When you see runs like that broken off, you know this is a team that's confident running the football. A big reason why this streak has occurred, they've come together, had a plan, and stuck to it. And when you get big-time runs like that, it makes it easier to stay with it, doesn't it?
Not a whole lot to hang their head about.
Not at all, and you know